Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Got my Santa hat on. Just in the Christmas holiday spirit here. Got my Adidas hoodie on. Adidas, if you want to give me some sponsorship money. All right. So, yeah, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate at this time of year. I hope it was happy. I hope all of you took some time away from the charts, spent some time with family, doing stuff other than, trading this absolute boring-ass chop. Because this has been very, very, very low volatility, just kind of, not really much happening. PA, yeah, there's some trades in here that we'll cover, but for the most part, it's been pretty boring. So hopefully none of you guys are, going too crazy, waiting for a move to happen. I do think that we are due for something soon. So that's the good news. You have to keep in mind, we're at the end of Q4. Right? So not only is it a quarterly end, it's a quarterly close, a monthly close, but it's also a yearly close. So from, the view of us as traders, generally you have to think, when is there going to be volatility? Oftentimes by the end of the year, right? A lot of people trading, they've already signed off for the year. Targets have been hit. January 1, there's new budgets, new targets, all that stuff. So I expect volatility to pick up coming into January here. But yeah, this has been a pretty slow couple weeks. But for me, that's been great. I've been taking some time to just, enjoy chilling, right? Hanging out with friends and family and relaxing and not being absolutely glued on the screen. But that time is coming back because we are still on the grind to make all of our money back. We're going to get it every single penny back that we lost. We're getting every single fucking one. Every single fucking red dollar. Okay? So, I hope everyone had a good time. I'm going to cover... I actually got something wrong. I know, surprising, because I never get anything wrong. And I posted in Discord last night, and I actually got baited on this fake out because I thought finally we were going to break out, but now it looks like maybe we're going to have one more stab down before the move up. I still think that this ultimately resolves in a move towards 17.5. The question are we going from here, or were we going to dip into this area first? So I'll cover what I got wrong and when I realized it was wrong and what I did. But this is what happens, right? You're not going to get everything right in trading. I was going back and forth with some Muppet. Sorry, guys. My dog is at the vet right now, so I'm sorry if I check my phone. Everyone pray for my boy. He's not doing too well. He's very old. Okay. So I'll explain what I got wrong and why. And I was going back and forth with someone on Twitter the other day, or it might have been today, and I was like, I had a meme post. Like, I had a post that went quite viral a year ago. And I was like, these are my goals for next year, right? Like, anyone who reads this and doesn't get that this was a joke, right? Like, some of the people been like, hey, man, don't worry, better luck next year, right? Like, don't worry, you're going to get it. I'm like, did you guys read the fucking tweet? It says, my goal is to make 1.2 million. And after a month, now I'm 1.8 million away from my goal. The joke is that I've lost $600,000. This whole thing was a meme, right? So I sent a follow-up being like, it's not looking good, fellas. And some fucking clown, like, look at this guy. This is the guy. Well, that's because TA doesn't work, except for 40% of the time it does work. It's all FA, macro, and insider info. Anyone who has hashtags in their name, instantly you know that they are redacted. Like, they're not smart. You don't put hashtags in your name. This guy's profile, you can just look at it for about 10 seconds. Hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag cryptocurrency, hashtag news, hashtag humor, hashtag advice. Forgot the hashtag on wisdom, then a bunch of other hashtags. Like, dumb. Instantly dumb. I just knew right away. I saw this. I'm like, okay, here we go. First of all, where does he get that 40% number from? Like, he just knows it only works 40% of the time. That's what they say. It's like, well, who? Says who? And 40% of the time is all you need to make money. And that's kind of what I said here, right? So if you're aiming for a 2-to-1 risk reward, you actually only need to be right 33 out of every 100 trades to break even. If each trade was a 2-to-1 risk reward, 33 trades right, you're breaking even, right? Because at 2-to-1, 33 times 2, right, is 66. And then you have 66 losses, break even, right? So this is just someone who is not very smart, doesn't understand math. It's not a casino, but like, absolutely. Like, you're not going to get shit right every time, nor do you need to. If you're hitting over 50% of your trades, you're absolutely crushing it, in my opinion. So we'll get into the charts here without too much further ado. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Prime XBT. As you guys know, I've been working with Prime XBT coming up on a year now, which is pretty crazy. But they've treated me really well. They've supported me and the growth of this channel. So the things that I'm able to do on this channel, going on some trips, paying for my editor full-time, thumbnails, all that kind of stuff, the condensed streams, the TikToks, the Instagrams, all that is paid for by the money I get from Prime. That's what I use it for. So if you want to support me, you want to support the growth of this channel, I'm not asking you for any money, but if you want to support me as well as follow along on some of the trades I'm taking, as you guys know, you can trade indices as well as commodities on Prime. So if you want to trade gold or silver, the S&P 500 with me, you can do that with crypto on Prime, no KYC. And that's a great way to support me because I get a kickback. If you sign up with my link in the description, use code Mayne50 and deposit some money, I get a little bit of kickback. That helps me keep my editor happy and keep producing content for you guys. And it's all as well. It keeps Prime happy as well. And you can obviously follow along and trade with me too, which is great. And if you do that and DM me proof that you've done it, I'll let you into the Discord. The Discord is free. All right. So let's get into the charts here. So see if I can get my original drawing back here. Fuck it. I like the new one. Okay, so we're in this, range here. Not a lot going on. We have this, I believe, 4 hour. What is this? Is it an hourly? What are you? Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck this box is from. Sigh. Okay, I don't even care. I'm deleting the box. Okay, so we have... Oh, it must be this breaker. So we have our breaker here, right? Up candle, caused a down move that took out lows. Break market structure, come and retest on the other side, and that's a long opportunity. So we actually longed here, if you guys remember. We took this long, and then I closed it out once we got the rejection up here because we were failing to close above that. I had a line like this, and it's just like we failed to close above that level multiple times, so I closed the long. So while we continue to kind of chop around here, right, we'll extend this out. We also have a fair value gap here now on the hourly, right? Which coincides very nicely with this low. So what I'm seeing now, so initially, okay, I still think we're going up to here, right? That's kind of my game plan. I still think we're going to fill some of this in, okay? So I've been waiting for a move up here to potentially short, right, back down. That's kind of been the plan. Look at the 4 hour. You have a very nice kind of order block here that caused this huge dump. And then we have a huge void, huge gap in price here, right? So I still think this is where price wants to trade into. So when we were trading, I think this was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. We finally got this nice move up. And I was like, oh, fuck, we might finally be going. The one thing that I was watching, and if I posted this on Telegram and in Discord, etc., I was like, we do have a 12 hour, okay, swing failure pattern. I guess here, right? We got like a SFP basically here. All these highs got SFP by this high, right? And this was the level I had marked, right? I'm like, okay, well, we haven't ever closed through here. So I was actually initially leaning for this pullback. But then when we got this move up on the hourly, I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe we're actually going to trade up now. So we pushed up. And so I actually was short for days. Let me find the actual entry here. Order history. Okay, I shorted on the 23rd. Okay. My entry. Why does it not show the entry here? Come on. Was 16,787, right? So basically I was shorting a move into here, right? Like this being your kind of breaker block, and then wanting to see a breakdown for confirmation. I ended up closing that when we had this move up, only for literally the next hourly candle to fully retrace this. So I literally closed, opened a short here, sat in it for days, right? Was in drawdown, 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 held it. My stop was above here. Was in drawdown, drawdown, down, decided to close it, and then full retrace. As you can see, we SFP'd right there. What happened next? SFP, break in market structure, pull back where? Bearish order block, that broke market structure is right here. So there's your H1 sell trigger, right? So your stop could have been either here or above this order block. There's your entry, and your entry itself formed an SFP, which is really nice. Traded up, closed back, bearish. Okay, and then your target here, I think, would be this low. Okay, so we're seeing a bit of a bounce right now. However, I think just looking at this on the hourly, having this fair value gap here combined with this low, ICT calls this inducement. So what's a good way to explain this? Inducement is like this. So you have a bullish order block that forms here. And what price will do is this. Okay? Inducement as in, okay, you are bullish. So price moves away, you get the break in market structure, it comes near support, but it doesn't come to it. What do you think happens when you see this? People pile in long and they say, okay, it front ran support, right? It front ran support. It's not actually going to go in there. I'm going to long and I'm put my stop there. So what is it doing? It's engineering liquidity. It's inducing liquidity. So this is kind of like an inducement setup. The reverse would be you have a bearish order block, right? Form here. And then it would do this. And then it would trade back and hit it, right? So there's your inducement. So that's kind of what I see happening here. Is this. Right? We have this fair value gap that has not been tested. We just broke down. We have a very nice swing low here that I'm sure a lot of people might have their stop below because they think that was the stop run, right? Like, oh, that was it. That was the stop run, right? So that seems like a pretty safe long setup to me. So this would be the first trigger, would be a run of this low into this fair value gap. And then the second trigger, do I not have Spaceman on? Spaceman. What the fuck? Is this what I want? Inputs. No, I just want the other one. I don't want this one. Don't want this one. Sorry, guys. Spaceman. Key levels. Here we go. And I just want... the weekly open. Okay, so think of this as your ICT power 3, I guess, if you want, right? What do we think this weekly candle closes like? So if we traded, today is what, Tuesday? If this is our weekly open and we're now already trading below it, I want to see the low of the week form, right? I want to see the low of the week form early in the week. Back above the weekly open, expansion, right? So open, bottom wick, boom, top wick, close. So this is a bullish weekly candle. This is what it would look like on the hourly, right? This, boom, 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 right? Open, low, there's your body, there's your high, and there's your close. That's all. That's kind of what we're trying to anticipate here. Is what is the weekly candle going to look like? And to me, if I think we trade higher and we trade below the weekly open to start the week, Ideally, I want to position myself below the weekly open, because if I think we're going to close bullish, if I'm below the weekly open on my long, I'm going to get in profit, right? Or on a reclaim of the weekly open, right? So if we trade down into here, I will look to long it. We might not trade this low, or we might trade this low, but regardless, if we get back above the weekly open tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to be looking to long. Okay, so that's kind of how I would play Bitcoin right now, is I'm watching to see if we get one more pullback below here. I'm looking to long that, okay? And then if we get a move up, compound or fresh longs above the weekly open, targeting here. Okay, so that's kind of the plan, and then the weekly candle would look like this. It'd be a bullish candle. Hopefully that makes sense. This guy says, bro, can I get my fleshlight back? Trust me, you do not want it back. You do not want it back. Scalp long this latest low. How you doing, sir? I'm doing good, Chris. Good luck to you, my friend. How's the BC weather? Cold and raining. How's the BC housing market? Expensive and Asian. Thought I was on a CBS stream for a minute. I don't get it. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate you, bro. I love you, Wade. Merry Christmas. Turn the mic up. I'll just talk more loudly. Bro, please check your DMs for Discord. I will, guys. I'm way behind on DMs. I've got literally hundreds and hundreds of DMs to go through, and I manually go through and send an invite link to everyone. I'm sure there's a better way, but I'm too lazy and stubborn to figure it out. So bear with me. Thank you, Corey. I had a great Christmas, bro. Thank you, Tax Partners Canada, accounting and crypto tax. Why do you feel confident that we reach for 17,500? Because I think that we have a retracement due after this sell-off. And I don't think this was the extent of it. Just like I'm trading the inducement setup here, right? The same setup is here. Here's your inducement. So anyone who's short looking for lower, blow them out and then send it lower, right? That's kind of the idea. We might not come up here. This is just untested supply, right? Where do you want to short? Okay, we'll make this very simple. If this is our range that we're trading in, right? In here, and you're bearish, right? Because we just made a lower low. Okay, so we broke market structure of the downside. We made a lower low. You're bearish. I'm bearish, right? If I want to get short, where do I want to do it? I don't want to short in the bottom of the range. I ideally would like to short above the 50%. What lines up with that? Well, there's the various PD arrays here, the 4-hour bearish order block, the fair value gap, all lines up in this area. So if we're going to make another leg down, I would like to short at a premium. It does not mean that we have to go up here. We could roll over from here, and then I will not get that trade. That's what happens, right? I'm just saying, all I do is I say, okay, where do I think price is going next? Up or down? Up or down, okay? Pick one, right? That's your bias. Okay, I think price is going to trade up. Okay, great. So if I think price is going to go up, I probably want to find a long setup, right? In some sort of discount at some sort of support level. So if the chart is going like this, right? Well, okay, maybe I want to find the bullish order block that broke market structure, and I want to look to long that. And where is that form? Well, if this is your range, that's below the 50%. It's the exact inverse for the shorts, right? If price is trading down and down and down, right? Well, if this is my range, here's my 50% of the range. Is there a bearish order block up there? Something, a breaker, a fair value gap that I can look to short for the next leg down. I don't want to chase a short at the bottom of the range, because what happens if we are going down and I short here and then we do this? Am I going to hold that even though we end up going down further? Am I going to hold that short all the way through this retracement? Probably not, right? So I want to short at the extremes of the range. I want to long at the extremes of the range generally. I want to see some sort of run on liquidity, and I generally want to see that happen into support or resistance, right? That's all I'm looking for here. So all of those things line up in this instance. We have liquidity above these highs, right? Each of these highs is untapped. Okay? So anyone who shorted any of these moves up with their stops up there, so basically how far back does this go? Anyone who shorted in the last 10 days, right, on any of these moves up with their stop above any of these highs is safe, right? Has not had their stop challenged. So there's liquidity. There's the range. There's the PD array. So this is where I think a high probability short could form. We could come up here and just start putting in bullish price action and then trade higher. I don't know, right? But I think if we make another leg down, I would like to short it up here. That's all I'm saying. It does not have to happen. So whenever I say, hey, price, I want price to go here, I'm making an educated guess using TA. That's all it is. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, right? But I have a plan saying, okay, if we go up here, this is what I'm doing. If this, then that. If we go up to 17.5, then I'm looking to short to a new low. If we break down below 16.2, I'll likely look to short. Like if we just break down from here and I get some sort of bearish setup at the range below the range low, then absolutely I'll hop in short, right? I'm not just going to not trade because it didn't do what I want. You adapt, right? Okay. Vivek Kotak, follow up with me. Send me another DM right now and say that you asked in the YouTube stream so I can see it. Do I save these streams? Yes. All of my videos are on my YouTube channel, and then my editor uploads a condensed version, usually the next day. I've been doing this every week for like 4 years now. It's crazy. Looks like it was an efficient leg down. I don't know. Does this look efficient to you? Seems like two very big fair value gaps right here. Right? That one already got tagged. All right. So does everyone understand my plan for Bitcoin? Okay. So ideally, run this low, trade up to here, distribute further down. So this is my ideal situation. We do this, I long the Pico fucking bottom, okay? Then we distribute up here. I short the Pico top, and I ride it to untold riches and wealth. Okay, so that's kind of the game plan for Bitcoin for me. If this does not happen, guess what? I make a new plan. Don't overthink it. Don't commit yourself so much to an idea that you cannot be swayed from it. You might be unbelievably bullish, but if something bearish happens, you have to be willing to check your bias and see if that's changed things for you, right? Because people who are unbelievably bullish, at what point do they get bearish, right? If you're bullish on Bitcoin going to 100K here, at what point do you get bearish? You say, I'm never bearish. Never. Like, you have to have a level in mind where your bias changes. So for me, generally, on the way up, it was just the daily chart. And then as soon as we made a daily lower low, I pulled shoot. I'm out. Okay? And guess what? If we then reclaimed, made a higher high, I'm back in. But I would rather sit out, and then if this would have done this, and then longed again here and miss this, then risk potentially holding longs from down here or something, or here, all the way back down. That's way more painful and gonna fuck you up mentally way more, I promise you. How do you make your candle blue and white? Just watch just in the settings here. All right, everyone, let me know if you are clear with the plan for Bitcoin. Merry Christmas from Lisbon, bro. Thank you for having me visit there a couple months ago. Why do you think bull is a bullish week? That's for the reason I just explained. I don't know if it's going to be a bullish week, okay? I'm trying to make a prediction of where price might go next, and I think is the most next likely draw, okay? So to me, liquidity to liquidity is kind of the plan. Avi got murked. Mayne, I heard you were next. I mean, if I rug someone for 110 million, you can bet your ass I'm not tweeting about it. Seems like he incriminated himself. He posted the whole scheme online. And he's American. Like, what the fuck? What's a PD array? A PD array is anything that is like order block, fair value gap, breaker block, all those things that ICT uses, right? Imbalances, those are all PD arrays, he calls them. Price delivery arrays. Mayne, if I was a watermelon, would you spit or swallow my seeds? Also interesting PA from XRP. Spitters are quitters. Everyone knows this. Come on. Mayne, have you ever gone for a funded account, and what's your opinion? Yes, I have funded accounts. I have 200,000 on FTMO, I think. And I have a couple others with a couple other prop firms. I think they can be great for a variety of reasons. One, if you do not have access to $200,000, right, but you think you're a good trader, pass a challenge, you can get access to more capital, right? What's also good is there's strict risk rules. Generally, they have like a maximum daily drawdown of 5% and then like a maximum drawdown period of 10%. And if you break either of those, you lose the account. So it makes you have to be strict with your risk management. You can't be playing it loose because you'll just lose the money, lose the account. Payouts generally can be pretty good. Some firms are like fucking 80-20, 90-10 on payouts, which is crazy. But the majority of those prop firms don't make their money from people trading. They make money from people paying the $3.99 or whatever it is to do the challenge and failing it over and over and over again, right? Because if you are a funded trader and you're good, you don't cost me anything, right? You're making money and I'm just getting to keep some of it, right? But where the real money comes in for those firms is people doing the challenge, thinking they know what they're doing, thinking they can trade, and failing it multiple times. Fully understood, Mayne. Just play level to level. I've been watching your videos for around 2 years and I'm currently trading as a lifestyle. Really appreciate your work, bro. You've been a life changer, to be honest. I'm also funded on FTMO and True Forex funds. Look at that. This guy's trading full time, okay, from watching my free videos. All of these videos are free on YouTube. There's so much alpha in old videos. Just because the price action is stale, because it's an old video, it doesn't mean the shit that I explain in it is not useful. It might actually be more useful because you can now go back and see how those things played out. Was I right? Was I wrong? And rather than just seeing the price levels that you've been staring at nonstop for the last month, right? 16.8 thousand. This guy's trading full time, watching shit that I put out here for free. That's incredible. Round of applause for you. Good job, bro. 27-year-old living the dream in Lisbon, bro. Damn, bro. Start DMing me signals. I'm trying to make it all back. Your boy needs some help. Give me your signals, dog. All right. Gosh, some of these questions, y'all. Where are you going for New Year's? Nowhere. I'm staying home. What's a deadlift PR now? I've stopped trying to do PRs. I'm just changed my workout completely, and I feel 1,000 times better. I'm not doing any heavy lifts. Like, I'm still squatting and stuff, but like, I'm no longer going for like max weight, low reps. I'm now going for higher reps, lower weight, but just like really slow, eccentric and eccentric and decentric or whatever it is. Like, the way down and the way back up is just super slow and controlled. Really trying to own the weight in every position of the lift and just squeezing and flexing the entire time. And I'm liking it way more. My body is way less achy. I'm way less worried about getting injured. I'm less ticky-tack little injuries. My hands aren't always constantly fucked. I already went, I'm 32. I'll be 33 in 6 months, right? Like, I'm not competing for anything. I don't need to be deadlifting 450 pounds. I just don't. The risk reward is just not there. Time under tension, exactly. Luis Manuel Martinez Lozano says clear equals wait for lows to be taken. Look for long setup, TP at 17.2 to 17.5, and then look to short. Don't just blindly short. But correct. You got it nailed, buddy. Is CZ the next to go down? I fucking hope not, because if Binance goes down, we are royally fucked. We're going to zero. Okay, so hopefully not. Dude, it's the 28th. Teeth that goofy hat off, Mayne, says big suck. It's actually the 27th here in Canada. And no, I will not, big suck. How about you big suck on these nuts? Does that sound good? Sound good to you? It's Christmas, bro. Get in the Christmas spirit. God damn it. You're getting coal next year, you son of a bitch. I'm going to come down your fucking chimney. I'm going to eat your milk and cookies. And then I'm going to bang your mother. And then I'm going to fill your stockings with coal. That's what's going to happen. Okay, let's talk about Ethereum. So, Jane says, "Is this your first girlfriend?" No, Jane, it is not my first girlfriend. Well, actually, if you ask her, I'm the only girl she's ever dated. Or she's the only girl I've ever dated. Wait a minute. Did I just come out of the closet accidentally as a tranny? Sorry, as a, what's the politically correct term? Transgender. As someone who has a fluid gender, whatever it is for the snowflakes out there. Do you prefer e-girls or I-ladies? I like IRL ladies. In real life ones. Those are the best kind. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum, guys. So Ethereum, again, like, this is shit. Hopefully you're not staring at the charts trying to trade this. Okay, but we've got our 12-hour demand here. We've tapped it once. We've still got a similar type of setup to Bitcoin, in my opinion, where we have the potential for inducement with these lows right here, and then we have this low here. Same thing. You go to the hourly. We can refine this down. Okay. This would be the equivalent move. So if Bitcoin gets that second stab, right? So what's the second stab on Bitcoin? Another 1.5% down. Ethereum's much stronger right now. So maybe we don't get that low. I don't know. Maybe we only come to here. Right? Maybe we only come down to here. But it'd be the same idea, right? One more leg down. Look to get long. Reclaim the weekly open. look to get long. So I don't know, again, if Ethereum will trade as low as Bitcoin here. Bitcoin setup is cleaner to me, so that's probably the one I would take. So there's always going to be one trade, right, that outperforms another. Let's say the entire market pumps. Bitcoin might go up 5%, Ethereum might go up 7%, XRP might go up 17%, and Cardano might only go up 3%, right? Ideally, you pick the biggest mover, right? How do you find the biggest mover? Well, you got to look at relative strength, right? If FBTC is bullish, and I think both BTC and Ethereum are going to pump, Ethereum is going to be the better long. It's going to be the higher beta play, right? It's going to increase by a greater percentage than Bitcoin. Hence FBTC being bullish. That being said, obviously relative strength, finding the biggest mover, whether it's an altcoin or Bitcoin or whatever, that's great. But something to take into consideration that I take into consideration often is, what is the one that you see the cleanest setup on, right? So people always ask, why aren't you trading more altcoins? Why didn't you long Ethereum there? Why, this coin outperformed both of those. I know what my edge is, and when I see a clean setup and I can get 2-3R plus, I just fucking take it. Was there maybe a trade that went for 4 or 5R? Maybe, right? But I'm deadly focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just like in traditional markets, I mainly only trade gold, silver, Euro USD, and GBP USD. And then obviously the S&P 500, the E-minis. Like, I don't want to have a watch list personally. This is everything I trade is basically here, right? Like, this is even more. I don't really trade these two. This I watch because this is my currency versus the dollar. And when I go to the States, I like to have an idea. And I also have a business that pays me in American. So I want to know when a good time to transfer money is. But I want to, I don't want to be focused on too much different shit, right? There can be information overload sometimes when you're tracking too many pairs. There's just too much shit going on. And you're going to end up missing everything. Become laser focused on one thing. Get really good at it. And then consider expanding. So Ethereum, similar idea. Let's see if we get one more leg down. I don't know where it goes to. Maybe it comes below these lows. That would be kind of the area that I would think. If we're going to pull back. Come down here. So we'll see. But similar to Bitcoin, I think Ethereum can trade up into here before another leg down. That's what I'd like to see. And that's going to be, it's going to be yet to be seen, right? We got to see what happens here. It's still Tuesday, potentially putting the low of the week in early. That would be the game plan. So we're going to wait and see. Now, what we want to see on equities here, right, is we had that nice hour, our 12-hour swing failure pattern into demand. I want to see one more push up on equities. I don't know how high, maybe higher. Excuse me. I'm not sure yet, but I would like to see one more push up from this area. That would give me the confluence that we're going to see that one more push up on Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So we want to see this push up. So you zoom in here, you look on the hourly. Okay. We broke below that low. That's your 12-hour SFP. Okay. Ran that level right there. Now we're potentially into support here. Okay. So this is where you want to watch now. Can we hold this? So let's see how the market opens tonight. Maybe one stab lower. Maybe we run this low again here. Maybe these are equal lows, relatively equal lows. But I want to see this trade up, right? Towards 4,000. Okay? To give us that risk asset bounce to then get short higher. So that's what I'm looking for on equities, right? And that's confluent with my plan on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And again, I could be wrong. We could just go up from here. We could just roll from here. I don't know for sure. I'm just setting out areas where I think price would have a reaction, and then I wait and see if price gets there. It's as simple as that. Tesla, God. Kathy Woods bought like another million, literally 11 million, like right here. It's down fucking what? 30% since then? Like, Jesus. She's the perfect counter. So, I mean, this is horrendous. I guess, like, it's got to bounce here. So here's your weekly consolidation before this massive move. It looks just dead as a doornail, but I feel like 90 to 120. I feel like this is good for at least a dead cat bounce, right? Similar to this. So this would be kind of my thoughts on Tesla. I don't know, but some sort of low in here, right? And then a move back up to here. And then we'll decide. So could be looking to get long Tesla soon. I think a lot of people longed it here and got smoked. Yeah, I mean, God, very ugly. I know Elon tweeted out or something. He's like, I'm not selling any Tesla for like 2 or 3 years. Had zero effect on the market. It's down 11% just today. So pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for that. Anyone remember this chart? From back here. This is from 3 or 4 videos ago. I was like, we're going to trade above this level, back below, back down into here. So that's kind of working its way down right now. I think Euro USD, I think I had is one more possible leg up. Didn't quite get filled there. Let's see. This still seems like where we go, but maybe that's just a divergence. But I reckon both of these roll over soon. This and this roll over soon further. Because I think the dollar, right? It's catching support. If you remember, we drew out this area on the dollar. We had these lows that got run. We're into that monthly make Boeing box here, right? Nice SFP there on the weekly. We got some long lower wicks here forming into demand after running a key low, right? So if the dollar's going to bounce, this is a pretty good place for it to do it. Maybe it has one more move down. I don't know. But I do think we get a decent dollar rally from this zone. And if the dollar rallies from here, stocks go down, crypto goes down, Euro USD goes down, GBP USD goes down. All of those correlated assets that are inverse to the dollar trade in the other direction. Okay? So something to watch for sure is this dollar chart here and see how this closes. I don't know if the yearly is going to close as an SFP. That would be pretty crazy. So we'll have to see where the yearly close. If it closes below 103,650, technically it's a yearly bearish SFP. But I do think we get a dollar rally coming soon here to start the new year. Maybe one more stab down and then up. But ultimately, I think we get some sort of relief on the dollar and another leg down on risk. And if you look at a lot of major stocks right now, okay, this is really bad. Like, this looks like shit, right? This looks like shit. This is going to fucking trade down to 100. For sure. Like, for sure. Okay? So, if these things break down, what are they going to end up looking like? They're going to end up looking like this. Okay? So, I got in a tweet back and forth with, I think it was Pentoshi and Cold Blood Schiller, who are posting these kind of charts. Right? If trad markets do this kind of shit, if Apple, Disney, these major tickers, I mean, this one's already gotten absolutely murdered. What's one that maybe isn't as bad? Yeah. Like, once these things lose their support area, guys, like, how do you think this resolves itself? Not good, right? So if you think the bottom for crypto is in, but we have this many major stocks and the stock market itself looking bearish, I don't know, man. I would be worried. So you look here, we've got this bearish order block here. See if we can find a better one. Yeah, right here. Okay. Ran this high. This is that inducement trade I was talking about here, right? Inducement. Here's your bearish order block. Traded very close to it. Made a lower low. Everyone thought that that was it. Came right back up. Traded just above this high. And now we're selling off, right? It's the exact same idea, that inducement idea I was talking about. But this doesn't look done yet, man. Like, this is bearish SFP. This looks like a lower high. Maybe we get one more push up, but this is trading lower, in my opinion. Same with this, right? Big 3-day bearish order block. Ran all these highs. Eating shit. Do we maybe get a bounce? Sure, we have support here, right? We have support here. But any sort of bounce from here, I think we trade down to like 10,000. So I don't think things look good. Like, I don't think the bottom is in yet. I think sentiment-wise, we're getting close, right? People think crypto's dead. The whole FTX thing is like, everyone's like, crypto's a scam. It's never going to we're never going to cycle again. Da-da-da-da-da. So all that stuff is good, but the sentiment can be bottomed before price, right? And vice versa, right? So people can be bearish still, even though the bottom's already in, and people can be bearish and the bottom's not in yet, right? So I think it's the latter. I think people are extremely bearish, rightly so. I don't think the bottom is in yet. I think we're getting close, but just looking kind of at the market as a whole from a macro perspective, looking at some of these major stocks, looking at the indices, just makes me think we have another leg down coming on risk. And when that happens, crypto's going with it, right? Like, when this trades lower, which I think it will, I do not think that this is the end of the recession, okay? I think we at the very least trade down to here. At the very least. So if we make another leg down here, Bitcoin will be trading below 15,000. Certainly. With 100% certainty. Okay? It's not going to decorrelate. It's not going to happen. Stocks drop another 10 to 20%. Crypto is going to eat a massive dick. Okay? My opinion. But that's how it works. Okay? So let's wait and see. But yeah, that's kind of what my thoughts were on the markets post Christmas here. So I probably am not going to be back actively trading unless I see something really obvious. Like, if this trade plays out, sure, I'll take it. But I'm not going to be staring at the charts a whole bunch, trying to trade a ton until after the holidays. We've got New Year coming up. We've got New Year's, coming up. I'm going on a little trip with my girlfriend. Post New Year's for a few days, down to Arizona, which I'm excited about. Going to Scottsdale for a couple days, get some sun, vitamin D, because it's gray and shitty here in Canada. Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I would rather let the market, some volatility come back and shit like that, and then I'll get stuck back in, and we're going to absolutely smash 2023. I'm supremely confident that I am going to have my best year ever trading, not just because I know what I'm doing, but because I am very motivated. Over the last couple of years, I definitely took my foot off the gas pedal a little bit just because I'd made a bunch of money, and I'm like, I don't really need to try that hard anymore, right? Like, I'm good. But having lost a large sum of money on FTX has made me motivated to be like, fuck that. Like, I need more, and I need to, extract it from the market. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to keep updating that live trading journal, right? So here's where we're at right now. So 16 trades have been taken. 4 of them have been losses. 12 wins, 4 losses. 75% win rate. We're up $9,200. I know that this says 946 days. So the reason some of these stats are skewed is because I guess when I hooked up this Bybit account, I thought it was an account I hadn't used, but I guess I'd made a couple trades on it back in 2020. So it skewed a few of the stats, but the bottom line is, and when you see all the info, I deposited 25,000 fresh, and we're up 9,200, and I started the account, I think November 29th. I made the deposit and I started trading. So about a month, we're up 10 grand on a $25,000 account. It's pretty good. It's almost 50%. Pretty fucking good. And I'm not risking crazy amounts, right? I'm taking good setups. I'm risking, 10% max per trade. Okay? This is not like a degen run up. So I know a lot of guys like Cold Blood Schiller has done this, Wreck Proof have done this, which I think is great. More power to you. Hasaka's done it. They're like, I took 500 and I turned it into 50 grand or whatever, right? To me, the market conditions have to be right for that. Like, I think things have to be trending generally, because you can then get super aggressive positioned in the direction you think the trend is going to go. But those guys are also risky. If you start with a 500 account and it's a degen account, on your first trade, you're probably risking the full $500, right? And on the next trade, you're risking 1,000. And then it's like almost full account risk to get going. And then you're risking 20, 30, 40%, right? You're taking huge risk. This is more like, hey, here's what you can do with not a crazy big account, taking some smart trades. You can make a living doing this. That's the point of the challenge. Were you in Quadriga CX also? Yes, I did have money on Quadriga. I also had money on Mt. Gox, okay? And on Cripsy. And on fucking MintPal. Like, I've been on BTC-E. I've been hacked a ton from exchanges. You'd think I'd have learned my lesson. But the FTX one was by far the largest loss. $2 million volume with a 25K account and 16 trades seems massively off. I agree. I don't know if some of that old data is skewing that number, because there's no way I've done 2.7 million in volume, but it's API pulled directly from fucking Bybit. So I'm not fudging the numbers. Jane, where can I learn to read the chart the way you do? You never will, Jane, because you ask too many questions instead of going and watching fucking the 300 videos I have on my channel explaining exactly what the fuck I do. Can Tesla bounce? I think we're into support, so probably goes lower overall, but I do think we're in an area where you want to pay attention for a potential, at least short-term low to form on Tesla here. But yikes. Coming soon to Disney is this chart. How is Avram Eisenberg my boy? Are you saying that because I'm Jewish? Are you racist? Is that what you're being right now? You're being an anti-Semite in my chat, bro? Hi, Mayne. Is there any difference in your strategy when trading Forex or commodities versus crypto? Not really. Price is price, right? If it's got a chart, you can trade it doing what I do. So it does not really matter. Obviously, the difference is being commodities and Forex and stuff. It's not a 24/7 market like crypto. And I do think the times of day, right? So the New York session, the London session, those types of things matter more in those traditional markets. Took a $500 account to 5 figures watching you, Mayne. Man, good for you, bro. Well done. I love you, Hassan. What leverage do you use? Leverage is irrelevant. Come on, guys. I can only answer that question so many fucking times. Leverage is irrelevant. You guys should know that by now. Mayne, let me ask you something. Some trades are cleaner than others as well, as we all know. So if we are enough confident to open a trade before confirmation, do you usually split your risk percentage to get a bit better of an entry? Sure. Sometimes I will enter a trade a little bit early. I call it being anticipatory. I'm anticipating that my confirmation is going to occur, right? So a perfect example of that is if you think that this is going to be an SFP and you start longing it before it actually closes. You start longing here, it closes here. Now it's an official SFP. So you longed a little here, officially closed as an SFP. Now you add the rest here. So hopefully that answers your question. Absolutely, that's something I do. Mayne, I know you mainly trade BTC and ETC. I don't trade ETC currently, but are you trading any other alt, and is it worth the risk? If you do, how do you spot a good alt to trade? Or do you focus on a clean chart, on an alt with the liquidity in the order books? Most of you do not need to worry about liquidity, right? If you're trading any of the majors, you don't need to worry about liquidity. None of you are moving that kind of size. And if you are, DM me. We need to talk. But you're probably going to be fine opening, 50, 100, couple $100,000 positions. No fucking problem on Binance, Bybit, Prime, whatever. No issue. Okay. If you want to trade an altcoin, if the chart is clean and you are getting a good read on it, then fucking trade it. Right. But make sure you're also checking your altcoin versus Ethereum. So alt/ETH and alt/BTC. To make sure that if you're longing your altcoin, well, is it outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum? And is it in fact a better long? But to my point earlier, if you just like the chart better and you see the setup more cleanly, fucking do it. How much percentage did you have? I'm not telling you how much money I have, Jane. Don't be stupid. Where's the super chat button? I want to buy you a coffee. I didn't even know super chat was a thing. Shall I DM you if I trade 100 plus BTC size? Abso-fucking-lutely, because you need to be trading on my ref link and we need to talk about kicking you back some fees. Come on now. Quadriga guy did not die. He's been proven to be Sifu. Sifu is the Quadriga guy and he lives in Dubai. He's fully alive. Moatez Hussein says, #1 crypto TA channel. You're the GOAT. Please don't stop making these live sessions. I will not, brother. Appreciate it. Does Sol have an SFP on the daily? Let's take a look. Wow. Yikes. Oh my God. Did it SFP? I think so. Yeah, so that's yesterday's candle, right? That closed an hour ago. That's a daily SFP. So what you would want to see now, right, is probably this to get long, right? So I would wait for like something like that to get long. Get above there. Target these. But technically, yes, daily SFP. Technically, yes. What if Jane is Mayne's girlfriend? trolling in the chat. If Jane is my actual girlfriend trolling me, I'm going to dump her right now. Where are you trading Stonks? Depends which. You know, if I'm doing options and shit like that, I'm usually on Quest Trade. But I also have like a self-directed account through my bank if I'm just buying shares of shit. Reggie says, Mayne, my G, Merry Xmas, God bless you. What's your market outlook for 2023? Reggie, thank you. Love you, bro. God bless you as well. We're looking at a year of sadness and pain, likely. I don't know. I mean, I think that there will be some bullish points in next year. I do think we'll have at least one quarter where we're trending up the entire time. But I personally don't think the bottom is in. And I think that things get worse before they get better. So be defensive. I think the bottom is close. I don't think it's in yet, but I think it's close. Let's see if we get this set up. Come on, baby. Give me the goat. Mayne, can we see pics when you were big for New Year's motivation? I was never fat. I was skinny, and then I got jacked. That's what I did. I was never fat and then lost weight. I mean, I bulked. I did a big bulk. I got up to like 235, but I wasn't really fat. I was just fucking thick as hell. And now I'm like 207 right now. I was 200 before Christmas. Now I'm like 205, 206 because I've been eating a lot. Mayne, I've always wondered if a system that you follow for trading works for you. Will it eventually stop working due to market adapting? I don't think so. I don't believe in edge erosion, really, because we are all retail, right? Like, we are such an insignificant speck on the markets as a whole that it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you're pulling even millions a year. It does not matter, right? You're a drop in the hat. You're a speck, right? So I don't think it's an issue. How tall am I? I'm like 6'1", 6'1", maybe 6'2". You're a light in the market darkness right now, man. Thank you, Twinkle Toes. So, yeah, what was I gonna fucking say? I had something. As my father would say, if you forgot, it probably wasn't that important. But I swear, this was gonna be like a good fucking end to the stream point. I don't know. Yeah. Can you tell me the hardest times of trading, of being a trader when you almost quit? I've been struggling recently, but will never give up. Would love to hear your side. Much love, bro. God, I mean, listen, I've wanted to quit tons of times. Blowing accounts, missing huge opportunities, not getting it, like spending hours and hours in front of the charts and not seeing results, right? It's like anything in life. You have to put the time in. Right? And you have to be willing to push through failure, right? And you're going to feel failure a ton in trading. And it's going to be the most obvious form of failure. You're going to lose money, right? That's the only metric that matters in trading is how much money did you make or lose? That's it. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Are you making money? And for a while, you won't. You're going to lose money. And that's going to be very discouraging and disheartening. But I never really thought I was going to give up. Obviously, when I first got into crypto in 2013 and I made a bunch of money and I lost it all, I didn't look at it for over a year because I was like, fuck that shit. But luckily, I got back into it and I just became addicted to it. I was like, there has to be a way to do this and consistently make money. And I'm not giving up until I figure that fucking out. And that was my motivation. So as much as there was low periods, I wasn't giving up, right? This was what I was doing. Is 100K a good amount to trade? Yeah, 100K is plenty. Think about it this way, right? I did this math on a previous stream, but good to cover it again. Let's assume you have a 100K account, okay, and you risk 2% per trade. That's $2,000, right? Let's say each week your goal, right, is 4R net, meaning doesn't matter how many trades you take, your net is 4R. So let's say at the start of the week, you get a 2-to-1, right? You win it. It's a W. You win. Now you're at $4,000. Okay. And then you lose one. 2-to-1. So that's -2. Right? Now you're at 1R for the week. Take another trade. You win it. Up $4,000. Now you're at 3R, and then you take another trade. And let's say you win it, and you make another $4,000. So you took 4 trades, you netted out 5R in a week. That's $10,000. Okay, it's not that unreasonable to be able to get 5R in a week. Shit, maybe you only want 10R in the entire month, right? So that's like 3R a week. 10R, if your risk is 2%, is 20K on a 100K account, right? Risking 2%. So if you can get 10R in a month, you've made $20,000. Is that enough? That's pretty fucking good. I know lawyers who don't make $20,000 a month. I know doctors who make $20,000 a month. Dentists who make this kind of money. So absolutely, it's enough, right? But what you don't want to get into is starting to risk a crazy amount. And obviously, you're not going to get 10R every month. So it's not like you just times this by 12 and you make $240 a year, right? There's going to be maybe a month you made 8R. Maybe there's a month where you lost 3R, right? But you have to break your goals down. How much do you want to make in the year? Okay. How big is your account? How much do you want to risk? Break it down to a weekly goal. And if my goal is to make 240K in the year, right? That means I have to make 120R in the entire year. Okay? So break that down. How much is that per month? How much is that per week? How much is that per day? And when you have those goals broken down into bite-sized steps, they become easier to digest. I think something that is very difficult for people, and this is in life as well as in trading, is you have a goal and it's huge. I want to do this. I want this. I want this much money. I want this job. I want this in my life. I want to get a six-pack, whatever it is. But if you're at the start of the journey and you're just looking up at this huge, audacious goal, it can be overwhelming. It can be so overwhelming that you don't even know where to begin. You don't know what to do. All of a sudden, a week has gone by and you haven't done anything. You haven't gone to the gym, right? Or you haven't taken any trades, or you haven't done whatever, right? And you get this kind of paralysis by analysis. The goal is so big and overwhelming, you don't even know where to start. And that's actually detrimental because you don't end up doing anything. However, if you say, hey, I want six-pack abs at the end of the year, okay, well, then you break that down into saying, okay, well, every week I need to go to the gym 4 times. I need to make sure I'm eating no more than 2,000 calories a day, and I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio a day and 10,000 steps. Now, every day when you wake up, you know exactly what you need to do. And every week, you know what you need to have completed. And every month you need to know, and you can now go and look, right? And actually see if you're making progress. Because if you say, I want 6-pack abs, and you're just kind of working out when you feel like it, how do you know if you're actually progressing, right? Sure, maybe you're taking some pictures and stuff, but if you're like, hey, it's been 3 months and I've gone to the gym 4 times a week, every week for the last 3 months, you're gonna see results, right? So that's how your trading has to be as well. It's no different than when you have like anything, right? If it's too big, break it down into smaller bite-sized steps. And it's a goal. It's not like you're not necessarily always going to hit it, right? So you might say, hey, I want to make 10R a week. If you made 8R, it's not like you failed, right? 10R is the goal. Sometimes you're going to overachieve, sometimes you're going to underachieve, but you have a goal at least, right? Is there a daily market structure break on Bitcoin? So I would say no, because to me, the key daily low is here, right? Like that's your key swing low, in my opinion. But technically, we did make a lower low below that low. So could you consider that a daily market structure break? Right? Generally, like this is a daily market structure break because this is the low that generated the new high that then got broken. Okay? So that's why here, for example, this was the key swing low, right? That generated the high. So even though we broke below this low, look, we still traded higher. So I think this market structure break is more like this one. This seems to be the key low to me. How many cycles do you think we will experience? I have no fucking idea, and I have no idea how to answer that question. Jane, you ask the dumbest fucking questions. It's unbelievable. Can we meet your girlfriend? Would you buy Amazon or PayPal here? Can you say something funny to make us laugh? Did you get vaxxed? How can I learn to trade like you? Can I see pictures of you before you got big? Like, get fucked. Fucking out of control, this woman. It's probably not even a woman. It's probably a dude. Let's be honest. Give your Bybit ID. I don't know what that is. If you want my Bybit ref link, DM me. I'll send it to you. It's also in the Discord. What leverage do you usually use? I already answered that. Bro, why don't you turn on subs on your Twitch? How do I do that and what does it do? Mayne, when streaming on Twitch, do you only get paid 1x a month? I don't get paid at all from Twitch or from YouTube. I don't monetize my shit. I am Italian. What do you think about Luna Classic? I would not touch it with your dick. What is your take profit on Blue calling 10K? What is your take on Profit Blue calling 10K every day? Is it just me or does it get annoying to see the same tweet? The more I learn, the more I reduce the list of traders I listen to. Listen, man, it's not you don't want to get in a point where you're looking at other traders for validation. I get what you're saying, right? But you do not want to have to look for other traders for validation. Some of the best traders I know might not agree with me on a trade. That shouldn't change my idea, right? You want to do your own analysis, make your own fucking decisions, live with the results, because you might be bullish and then you see someone you respect posting a bunch of bearish shit, you might close your long and then price pumps. It's not their fault, that's your fault, right? So be responsible for your own decisions. Mayne, I just want to say thank you very much for these streams. They help me a lot. I'm glad to hear, Spectre. How do I join Discord? Go on my website, tradermayne.com. If you monetize your YouTube videos, they get pushed out more in the algorithm because YouTube wants the ad revenue. I should turn on super chats. Okay, maybe I will. Do you typically enter positions via market or limit order? It depends. I mean, I do use limit orders, but I have been known to mash the market order button. How much do you consider volume when using your system? Have you seen volume anywhere on any of the charts I've ever posted ever? There's your answer. What's up, wonky stonks enthusiast? Mayne, what is the best way to support you since you don't monetize? You can sign up and deposit money on Prime and trade there. You can sign up and deposit money on Bybit under my links, obviously, and trade there. I do have a tip jar if that's something you want to do, but I don't need your money. But if you want to show the love, I'm not gonna fucking say no either. How many hours a day do you spend on the charts? These days, not much at all. I didn't go on my computer once for the last 2 days. So it depends, right? If I'm actively in the market, I'll spend more time. But like, I live and work from home, right? So I'm on my computer playing video games. I'm on Twitter, the charts are up. In terms of deep chart work, not a lot. Like when I first started, hours a day, hours and hours and hours a day. Now, generally, depending on what time I wake up, if I'm up early enough for the New York session, I'm on a little bit before, marking up the charts, or I'll mark them up the night before. Or if I'm going to trade the London session, right, I'll spend like an hour going through the charts, marking them up, setting alerts, and then chilling. So like I have an alert here. So if price trades below here, I know to pull out my phone or get on my computer if I'm at home and see if something sets up there. But I don't need to just stare at this and wait. I can set an alert, right? Same thing. Have an alert up here. Have an alert at areas where you want to be on screen, and then be on screen when those alerts get triggered. Do you not use log on TradingView? No, I do not. Best way to backtest struggling. Look up a software called Soft4. Well, I mean, the replay tool is pretty good, right? I would use charts that you're not accustomed to seeing all the time, right? So I would use like this. If you've never traded Euro before, use this. There's tons of fucking price data. You're never going to run out of shit to look at, and you're not familiar with the asset. Crypto, you've seen every single price level if you're staring at the screen long enough, right? So you already know after 60K we dumped, right? It's not really good. That doesn't really help you because you already know what's going to happen. So go find a chart that you're not familiar with and use that. I think the replay tool is great. And if you don't want to use the replay tool, you absolutely don't have to. Just do your top-down analysis. Say, okay, well, we have my bearish order block here. Is it going to let me go back this far? On the monthly, right? Okay, bearish order block on the monthly. You go down to the weekly. Okay, we had within that bearish order block, we had a weekly fair value gap here. So price came up into it. Go down to the daily now. This is supposed to be resistance. What are you looking for on the daily? Well, I want to see a break in market structure. Do you see that? Okay, yes, break in market structure. So I'm now looking to sell a pullback above the 50% into the daily fair value gap. Where would the trade have been? Okay, I would have entered here. I would have put my stop here, and I would have targeted probably, you know, these lows over to the left here. Did that work out? Journal it down, right? Do the actual analysis and see if it makes sense. But you have to be honest about it, right? Like if you're back testing and you're using the replay tool or whatever, be honest about it and don't like already fudge, but well, I already know this dumps, right? Like if you think it was a long here, take it and then see how it plays out. That's why I'd use a chart you're not familiar with. There are softwares. There's one called like My Forex Tester. There's another one that's called Soft4FX that actually lets you take old data and play it as if it was live, and then you can fast forward, pause, and all that shit. So that's another option. Zaf, are you looking forward to trading FX in 2013? Yeah, I am. Do I trade Forex on low time frame? I mean, I know how. But I trade Forex very similar to how I trade crypto. 12-hour, hourly, sometimes 15-minute. Right? So if you're going to trade Euro USD for London session tonight, right? So the London session is going to start here at 2 a.m. New York time. So this is the London Open right here. So depending on whether you're bullish or bearish, right, you're going to be looking for a setup to form during this window in time, right? So here was your London Open setup yesterday, right? SFP at the highs. Sure, I'm sure there was some sort of 5-minute sell setup here. Does that not give you 2R? Probably. So we'll see. But yeah, I trade it very similar to how I trade crypto. Can your style be automated through a prime script on TradingView? I don't think so. I think there's a little bit too much discretion involved. But maybe. I don't know if it could be done on TradingView. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to talk to a really good coder. But I like charting. I like doing it myself. All right, guys. I think it's going to be. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, soft 4FX, like FT Deng said, correct. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I think this was a good video. But yeah, if you have any questions, obviously DM me on Twitter, shoot me a message, let me know. If you want to join Discord, instructions are on tradermayne.com. Tells you exactly what you do. So if you DM me and say how to join Discord, I'm just not going to respond, right? Like if you watch the videos, you know, go to my website, click the link, okay? So, yeah, if you want to join the Discord, that's how you do it. If you have any questions, anything like that, shoot me a message, feel free. I will be back with another stream next week. Maybe I'll have some videos this week. I'm not sure. The condensed stream will go up tomorrow. Condensed version of this stream. But yeah, I'm probably not going to trade a ton between now and the start of January. So January 7th is when I'm back home. I leave on the 2nd. I'm just gone for a couple of days. That's probably when I'll start trading again more actively. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I hope everyone has a great New Year. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys, doing these videos for you guys for 2022. I cannot wait to absolutely crush it for 2023. Okay, I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you all soon. Hope everyone is happy and healthy and being safe and enjoying some time with friends and